Hi guys, I want to do a video here on this article, December 9th, 2011. Blogger must act like a journalist to be treated one. Federal judge rules that blogger does not qualify for journal protection. I used my photo, didn't ask me. Carlos Miller, it's PixIQ.com article. And they're talking about the judge's order. They say that Judge Hernandez is right, that I'm no journalist, and even though I proclaim that I am. I'm an extortionist, they say. Now, this is, of course, defamation, not true. Apparently, this person is protected under the laws that I'm not. I was never proven guilty of extortion. I was not on trial for extortion. It was not a criminal trial, and this person did not check their facts at all, this Carlos Miller. But they apparently are not liable for defaming me, lying about me, or even fact-checking. They just call me an extortionist, and there you go. Okay, so this $2,500 a month thing, and this is my words. This is my email. It's my private email. It has no business on other people's blogs. This email was sent to, yes, Obsidian Finance's attorney. Yeah, it was published in Forbes and the New York Times. Why? Why did they do this? Well, they did this to discredit me, but why? They'd already won. It was just to further defame me because I was still posting information about what they'd done. Excuse me for coughing there. Anyway, this was January 19th. It was 5 days after the lawsuit was filed, Obsidian versus Cox. This was an email between Crystal Cox, who was pro se, in my pro se capacity as an attorney, negotiating with the attorney on the plaintiff's side, okay? This was a private privileged communication between attorneys to negotiate this so that it didn't go to trial, okay? They sent me several offers to stop the lawsuit, to get me to settle. This was one of the ones I sent to them in my offer, okay? They can reject it. I can say, okay, you can give me a giraffe and $10 million a month, and then I will take all this stuff down. It's not extortion. It's a settlement communication in a lawsuit that was already filed. And the cease and desist came December 22nd, 2010, okay? And so after the cease and desist came, I posted this. Okay, the cease and desist was long in the works, and the lawsuit had already been filed before this, okay? So this wasn't just extortion, I post bad. I had been posting on them for years, okay? They deposed Stephanie DeYoung in the Summit case about me for years. They knew about it for years. This was not extortion. Okay, it says here, less than a month before she sent the above email, she published the following on her blogs. Yes, folks, I got a cease and desist. December 22nd. That cease and desist was very generic, and it was the same thing that was in the original lawsuit. Go to www.crystalcoxcase.com for the information on that. And it says there are many reasons why I claim that Kevin Patrick is this. So basically, they threatened to sue me, and so I did a post December 25th that said all the reasons why I still believe that they were guilty. Now, this is the post that ended up going to trial. So, yes, this was posted after I got a cease and desist to address those issues. It wasn't about extortion. I had been writing on them for 3 years, okay? This person, this Carlos Miller, apparently does not have to fact check at all. He just gets to say whatever he wants about me in order to make me look bad and evil and like I'm an extortionist, even though I wasn't even on trial for extortion, nor was there even ever a criminal complaint against extortion. But because the New York Times and Forbes and Fox News say I'm an extortionist, and because a federal judge lied about me being an extortionist so that he could protect corruption in Portland, Oregon, check out www.judgemarcohernandez.com. Check out all of the information I have online and documents to find out the truth about this. Don't just believe people like Carlos Miller blathering about what they think reality is. Okay, so here's the infamous negotiation, and it was one of 5 emails between me and David Amon where I specifically said I will not remove anything for this $2,500 a month. But those emails are not the ones circulating because they want me to look bad. Okay, Cox went on to accuse Patrick of ripping off thousands of dollars through shady business maneuvers. This probably wasn't accurate. It was actually millions of dollars. Check the facts. Go to www.kevinpatrick.com. And if they take all my blogs, you can still Google some of this stuff. You can go to the whistleblower site, which is summitbkjustice.com. If you want to read the documents of this case, read them. Understand the truth. Understand what really happened. Otherwise, don't just sit there and blather about what you think is going on. She didn't back up a single allegation. This Carlos Miller is an asshole, a jerk, a liar, Okay, I backed it up for 3 years. Okay, I have nearly 1,000 blogs. There's hundreds of documents online. There's videos of Kevin Patrick talking. I posted bankruptcy code laws. I posted emails between the trustees, the U.S. Department of Trustee, the different attorneys. I posted a hearing of the judge, Judge Randall Dunn, pushing for Kevin Patrick to be trustee. It says, yes, she didn't back up a single allegation. I brought over 500 pages, it was 800 in total, of everything that I brought to trial to prove where I got the information for that one post. Why aren't they looking at this? Go to www.objectiontothefees.com. Actually, it's objectiontofees.com. Research the documents of the Summit bankruptcy. Research the documents of the Obsidian Finance case. And if you don't have the time to research the documents like I have for years, and I have backed up all of my allegations, well then just shut up about it. Why attack me if you're not actually going to read the documents? When asked to prove her allegations in court, she claimed the information was fed to her by an inside source. Okay, so basically you're just taking what Seattle Weekly or somebody says and you're not reading anything, right? I never claimed that, okay? I wanted retraction laws to apply to me, okay? I never claimed that I had a secret source. They knew that Stephanie DeYoung, the Summit whistleblower, was my main source, and the documents that I got from insiders and attorneys and all the different contracts and everything came mostly from her. They knew that. They had deposed her 3 years before. Check out the Stephanie DeYoung deposition 3 years before I was sued, where David Amon, this same attorney, deposed her for Kevin Patrick regarding this blogger Crystal Cox. So it's not true that I claimed that I had a source and I couldn't say. I brought 500 pages of proof for that one source. I had 800 in total if you look at the documents that I brought to the court. So this is not what I claimed. This is just what the Seattle Weekly claimed that I claimed, which isn't true. Again, you did not even check the facts, and you're protected, but apparently I'm not. Me, who did 3 years of research, posted documents, posted in-depth, videos and emails and court cases. I found all this information and posted it, but you just blather from other people's information, and you're protected to defame me. I would like to sue Carlos Miller. So if anybody wants to represent me on that, of course not, right? Because I'm a defamation. I defame people, and I'm an extortionist, and these people, well, they can do whatever they want. All right. So defendant failed to... This is about the Judge Marco Hernandez, that I wasn't a journalist. I didn't have any education in journalism. There's no education in journalism required to be a journalist. However, I have writing classes. I have published books. I have written online. I have 1,000 blogs. I've been doing this for a decade. I don't know what would require me to really be a journalist. I mean, I've been taking phone tips, interviews in person, researching documents for a decade on all this stuff. I get tips every day. I get documents every day. I don't know if journalists actually dig into the stories like I do. I don't know what they're even talking about. What if I have a degree in journalism, then it's different? That's not necessarily the truth. They're trying to suppress information on one of Oregon's biggest bankruptcies. So Portland, Oregon corruption is what they're hiding. And also check out Judge Michael Simon. He was instated, Hernandez wasn't even a judge when my case was filed. So Michael Simon's a judge now. He was at Perkins Coie, one of the creditor's attorneys. So check out those affiliations. Okay, any credentials or proof of an affiliation with a recognized news entity. Okay, what's a recognized news entity? I have nearly 1,000 blogs with Google. Is Google a publisher? Is Google a news entity? I mean, they were all Google blogs. So you're saying if I'm not part of recognized with mainstream media, I mean, I could get a DBA and start a local newspaper tomorrow. I mean, it makes no sense to whether it's true or not. I am anti-corruption media, and that's why they want to silence me. Okay, proof of adherence to journalistic standards such as editing, fact-checking. Okay. Editing, yes, I can edit. I do edit. They never asked me to edit. They never sent me any information proving something I should edit. They never asked for a retraction. They never even gave me the chance to edit it. I do have editing capabilities, obviously. Fact-checking, you betcha. Years worth of it. Tons and tons of documents. I interviewed creditors. I interviewed people on all sides of the case. No, I did not talk to the trustee. Why in the world would I do that? I watched videos of his own words. I read his declarations. I read his statements. I could see his point of view. I was not going to talk to him. Okay? Check out the HIPAA violations. Check out I really did think that he hired a hitman to kill me. Okay? I've worked with the FBI on that. You guys think this is all just conspiracy theory, but you have not looked into the documents. Okay. Or a disclosure of conflicts of interest. I had no conflicts of interest. I met Stephanie DeYoung, the whistleblower, right before the trial, just because I wanted to get documents and information from her. Okay, I had no money in either side. The only thing I was interested in this case was giving voice to victims and exposing corruption as an investigative blogger, okay? I didn't have a conflict of interest. Okay, keeping notes of conversations and interviews conducted. Mate, you really think I didn't do that? Are you kidding me? I had 1,000 blogs. My blogs are my notes, for one. I have tons of emails. Those are my notes. I have tons of papers where I've written notes. I have conversations between people. I have interviews between people. This makes no sense at all that I didn't have notes and I didn't conduct any interviews. I, of course, did this, and for years. Okay, they know that's true. They deposed my whistleblower. Okay, mutual understanding or agreement of confidentiality between the defendant and my sources. Okay. They're saying that I'm not allowed to keep the confidence of my source, but at the same time, they're saying I'm not a journalist because I don't have an agreement to keep the confidentiality of my source. Okay, yeah, we did have an understanding that I would keep the confidentiality. And then the courts tried to force me to not keep the confidentiality. Does that make any sense? Okay, and then this one, creation of an independent product rather than assembling writings and postings of others. Okay, so they say that I don't have a creative product, really? I cuss. I capitalize in odd places. I certainly have my own style. I certainly have my own independent product. How could they possibly say that mine's not independent? I write different than anybody out there. I get criticized for it all the time. Of course it's an independent product. Okay, contacting the other side to get both sides of the story. Okay, and without evidence of this nature, defendant is not media. So without all of this evidence, I'm not media. That's just not true. And again, as far as contacting both sides, I had emails, okay? I had declarations, I had court documents of the other sides, I had transcriptions of hearings, I had videos. I knew what the other side was saying, okay? I didn't need to call them for them to say, oh my gosh, that whistleblower, she's wrong and we're right, okay? I did an independent investigation of all the documents myself, okay? I didn't go on hearsay. They're saying I need to go hearsay. I need to call both sides. Hey, did you do it? Nope. Did you do it? Nope. Okay, it's true that many bloggers produce journalistic works might have never spent a day in journalism school or in a professional newsroom. They can easily protect themselves from defamation suits by sticking to the truth. Really? Well, then Carlos Miller has not stuck to the truth one bit. It's ridiculous. He thinks he can just say whatever he wants to say and he's just protected and I'm not. Okay, the truth is, really... Oh, here we go. We're going to have the truth. Cox has more leeway as a blogger than as a journalist because most of her derogatory postings against Obsidian are based in opinion. Actually, that's not true. I blather and I yap and I cuss, but they're based in actual court documents, okay? They're based in videos of Kevin Patrick's jackass mouth speaking, okay? They're based in, my opinions are based on what I saw. Okay, I posted the documents. I posted the videos. You can call me crazy. You can call me whatever you want. Okay, this is not about me. The documents are on my sites. Go research them and form an opinion from there, okay? I didn't just say this happened and that happened. And as far as tax fraud, my God, Robert O'Para emailed David Amon about this. These are two attorneys inside the case. Okay, the CPAs were telling me that there was a tax issue. This was not an opinion that I formed just willy-nilly. Why don't you read the documents in the case instead of just blathering them? The truth is, I hate to say this, but you can't handle the truth. Okay, Judge Hernandez proved to have a solid grasp of how the First Amendment applies to bloggers when he dismissed most of the defamation claim against her in August. Yeah, he dismissed most of them. The problem is the court case wasn't filed in August, okay? It was filed in January. Read the original complaint. There was no blog post listed. Okay? Look deeper into the facts of this. He only did this to appease First Amendment rights people and protect organ corruption. Look deeper. Okay, you can research some of that. Okay, the First Amendment does not give us a right to create lies about other people just because we don't like them. Really, Carlos? While you're lying about me, do you just not like me? Did you speak to me? Did you read the documents of the case? The First Amendment certainly protects you to lie. That is considered liable. Oh, well then Carlos Miller is liable and I would like to sue him. When the lies are published or broadcast, it is considered slander when the lies are verbally stated. Okay, well, you're guilty of, let's see, which one are you guilty of? I guess liable because you're publishing these lies about me and you have not checked the facts, okay? That email up above and flat out calling me an extortionist, calling me a criminal, when you don't have the facts, you're definitely liable. You will be sued, Carlos. I have a whole list of people that will be sued, and you certainly should not be protected by the First Amendment to knowingly lie. Okay, most of these articles written about this decision have been focusing on the fact that the judge determined she was not a journalist, which on the surface can lead to scary implications. Yeah, and on the deeper down it can too if you actually read the documents. But if you just listen to David Carr of the New York Times and people like this Carlos Miller, oh, she's an extortionist. You know what, I have news for you folks. If I post something that's newsworthy, that's true, even if I'm a criminal, even if I robbed a bank or murdered somebody, I'm still a journalist, okay? The extortion thing is just an illusion and a smokescreen, okay? They want you to think I'm a criminal so you won't believe what I said. But even if I'm a criminal and guilty of extortion, what I said still could be true, right? Read the documents. The extortion charges were not real. There was never a trial for that. There was never a criminal case. But if you really think I'm guilty of extortion, and you've made sense somehow that judges and attorneys and all these people for some reason didn't have me up on criminal charges, well, even if you went so far in your mind to think that, even if I'm guilty of extortion, does that mean that the bad guys that I'm exposing are not guilty of what they're guilty of? Okay? Look at this deeper. It's all about hiding corruption in Portland, Oregon to protect Perkins Coie, Sussman Shank, Judge Michael Simon, Judge Randall Dunn, Pacificor, it's Portland General Electric. You know, look at all the different factors. Dig deep. Do your fact checking. All right, I'm not going to read this stuff to you for now, but it says if the bottom line, if journalist wants to be viewed as if a blogger wants to be viewed as a journalist, they need to start acting like a journalist, then a good start would be to learn basic media law and ethics. I agree, Carlos Miller. I definitely agree. And you, Carlos Miller, definitely need to learn some ethics. You need to learn how to read, and you need to learn how to understand how to do some fact-checking yourself, okay? You've definitely screwed this story up, and apparently you think that you are protected by the First Amendment to completely lie about me. This article is false. This article is stealing my photo, stealing my private email, which is my words. You know, I own rights to this, accusing me flat out saying she is an extortionist, okay? Now, Carlos Miller can legally do this. Why? Well, I guess shield laws protect him. I don't know. Is this a blog? Is this media? I don't know if he's protected, but he says I'm an extortionist. I was never on trial for extortion. The New York Times called me an extortionist because the other side's attorney called me an extortionist. The judge seems to be in on it, but does that make sense? I mean, if extortion was an issue, why did it not come up until another attorney filed for me to have a new trial? Why was extortion not an issue? Okay? You guys need to look into the facts. This man saying I'm an extortionist with absolutely no proof except for one settlement communication email is liable for what he said about me and the damage that he's done to me. And this is since December 9th, 2011. So look deeper into the facts, folks. Find out the truth for yourself. I'm not asking you to believe me. And I'm certainly telling you shouldn't be believing everyone else out there. You should read the documents of the case and find out the answers for yourself. Have a great day. Check out www.obsidianfinancesucks.com, www.crystalcox.com. You know, you can Google anything to do with Obsidian Finance Group and the Summit bankruptcy and look at the documents yourself. Look deeper into this and don't just blame the messenger because you don't like my approach at my journalistic endeavors. Have a great day.